Alright, guys, bem-vindos e bem-vindas. A apresentação será em inglês porque a gente tem uma convidada bastante especial, a Sarah Maynard, que é uma head do CFA Institute. So, guys, welcome. Sarah, I was just saying that we're going to run the presentation in English because we have a very special guest, which is you, our keynote speaker. Guys, good afternoon. Please receive a warm welcome from me. My name is Gustavo Moreira, and I'm the president of the CFA Society Brazil. Okay. I'm going to provide you some brief comments about the CFA Institute. What is the CFA Institute? I'll talk about the CFA Society Brazil, and I'll just provide a spoiler of the YOUWIN program, which will be further detailed by Marcia Sadzavicius, the CFA Society Brazil Vice President, and Sarah, Sarah Maynard, which will provide more color about that. First, let me tell you about the CFA Institute. The Institute is a non-profit association of investment professionals that sets the highest standards for professional excellence and ethical behavior in investment markets. The CFA Institute is widely recognized by its respected designation, which is called the CFA Charter. Those professionals that undertake the program have to pass its 3 exams, and by passing the exams, these professionals, they demonstrate expertise in real-world skills, in investment analysis, and by receiving the charter, they are able to join a very exclusive group of which holds highly competent professionals. Okay, the CFA charter is highly desirable, especially because recruiters from investment banks and asset managers see that those professionals that have the CFA charters, they have something different. They have different skills, they have different competencies, so they are highly valuable by those financial companies. Because of that, every year, about 250,000 candidates try to obtain the charter to join the 175,000 CFA charter holders in the world, located in 160 markets and 160 local societies, like the CFA Society. So, in a way, what I'm telling is that the CFA Institute is a non-profit organization that awards a charter that's highly desirable for those professionals that are willing to work in finance, in analysis. Okay. So after this brief description about the CFA Institute and the charter, now I'm going to jump to the CFA Society Brazil, which I'm the president and Marcia is the vice president. The CFA Society Brazil is a very exciting organization. We have 1,200 members, 1,200 members. Because of our size, our delivery, the market impact, and the candidate growth that we have, that put us in the spotlight. Okay, we are the most important CFA society in Latin America, and a very special society in the global landscape. Okay, we are organized in 3 areas. The first one is called credentialing, which is responsible for dealing for the relationship with the students, universities, and candidates. Our second area is called member value, which is the next step. After you graduate, after you become a candidate, and after you pass the exams, then you become a member. And then in the member value, it's an area that tries to deliver value to our members. And finally, the third area that we have, it's called advocacy, which is responsible for discussing and improving market efficiency and its regulation, to name a few of its actions. Okay. Among the projects that we're running at the CFA Society Brazil, the projects that have the goal to impact capital markets and also have the goal to benefit the society. In credentialing, I highlight the CFA Research Challenge. The Research Challenge is a project that we run annually in which students of different universities. They form groups between 3 and 5 students to analyze a listed company. And the research challenge is a success in Brazil. For instance, last year we mobilized roughly 250 students in over 50 universities all over the country. The students, they all captured great experiences. They are able to participate of a global competition for free. All students receive exclusive mentoring from a professor and from a seasoned analyst to bridge the knowledge from academy to the practitioner. Okay, we also provided a number of training sessions to those enrolled in the CFA Research Challenge. All the students also received free access to a newswire and data services, to name a few benefits. Okay, so the challenge is not only important to promote knowledge, to connect students to the financial markets, but it also provides a hands-on experience. Okay, and it also promotes geographic diversity and inclusion, as we are able to connect and as we're able to have students from all over the country, from different geographic regions of the country. Okay. That being said, I invite you and your fellow mates to join the CFA Research Challenge this year, which we're going to kick off in usually mid-August. Okay. Also in credentialing, we help universities to become affiliated by the CFA, which is a very important step and a very important symbol that we can provide universities and students for free, because those universities that are affiliated, not only they can say that they are recognized by the CFA Institute, in a way they are accredited by the CFA Institute, but those universities that are affiliated, they receive scholarships, bolsas, and those scholarships, bolsas, can be awarded to the university students. So it's something that's very interesting, very attractive. So those that believe that the university or the coordenador, the program director, will have interest in having its university affiliated by the CFA Institute, please do not hesitate to reach me by email. Okay. Finally, in credentialing, we also run prep courses to prepare candidates for the CFA exams. Okay. Shifting to member value, we provide many educational and networking events to our members, and those events include speakers like Gustavo Franco, Stuhlberger from Fundo Verde, Damodran, and Ilan Goldfein. Okay. Also in this pillar that we deal with members, current members, those professionals that are already CFA charter holders. We're also engaging with corporates to increase awareness of the CFA charter among those companies that are not directly related to the financial markets. And finally, we are also designing a mentoring program for CFA charter holders. So it's a way for us to help CFA charter holders to further develop themselves. Okay. In advocacy, we have an active instance with regulators and market entities, such as the CVM, or the SEC in English, and the central bank, to positively influence and impact markets. Also in advocacy, we publish books, including a 15-chapter ESG book, which we're going to release next quarter. We develop knowledge about ESG. We are promoting CFA Institute's ESG certification. We are also promoting the stewardship code with AMEC here in Brazil. And we also spur research and discussions by awarding prizes to the best end of course thesis, monografias, and also news articles. Okay. Well, following the description of the CFA Institute, what we do at the CFA Society, I jumped to the YOUWIN program. First, I must say thanks. I must stress my gratitude towards a great team that made this program that were enrolled, that made it possible. Okay, Locally, I highlight the hard work from my fellow board members, which include Marcia Sadzevicius, our vice president, Ruth Walter, Faiga Delben, and our staff, Everton Rodrigues, Laís Pérez, and Luana. Okay. In addition, I must express my gratitude to CFA Institute, which is being represented here by Sarah Maynard and Gavin Anthony, the program manager. Okay. In addition, I must say thanks to the more than 24 program partners and supporters of the YOUWIN program in Brazil, which Laís will properly name those companies, and welcome the 35 women that are part of the 2022 YOUWIN class. Girls, please feel welcome. And finally, I must say thanks to our sponsors, Colchester, Moody's, and SAP, and recognize them because they support us throughout the whole year. Okay. Just a brief history about the YOUWIN. Between 3 and 4 years ago, we started a dream, an ideal to improve market diversity, gender diversity. So after a number of meetings, conference calls, and agreements, we designed the first YOUWIN last year. Okay, and despite the pandemic, the hard work and perseverance from this great team that I mentioned earlier, we were able to put a great YOUWIN program in place last year. Interestingly, last year it wasn't the first YOUWIN, it was just called the YOUWIN program because we dreamed about having a second, a third, and a fourth YOUWIN, but it was just the YOUWIN program. And today I'm extremely happy to rename last year class to the first YOUWIN program because this year we're gonna have the second YOUWIN program. So it's a very special day for us, definitely, and for you. So it's a privilege to speak to you girls and guys that are listening to me and watching me. We have here roughly 3 talented women that will further improve their skill set, learn soft skills, receive mentoring, and all that information, all that experience will definitely open doors in investment companies here in Brazil and why not globally. So my 2 cents is maintain a positive energy, enjoy every second, every minute that you have, make this learning opportunity count in your career. Okay. Sarah will follow my speech, which will be further complemented by Marcia, that will provide more details about the YOUWIN program this year. And also Laís will be able to, we'll talk more about the YOUWIN. And finally, we're gonna have a very special guest, a special student from our first class, from class 2021, that will share its thoughts, its learnings, and its feelings about the YOUWIN. So you can have someone that have done that, so you can learn from that very special guest we're gonna have. So without further ado, I shift to our keynote speaker, Sarah Maynard, which is CFA Institute's Global Head, External Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at CFA Institute. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for just a wonderful overview of the really amazing work that you do at CFA Society Brazil, for which I'm full of admiration, and I'm very excited to be able to essentially share the vision that CFA Institute, working with great CFA societies like CFA Society Brazil, really has to really drive gender diversity in the industry. And as you perhaps might expect in a very data-rich industry, I want to share some stats with you. So I'm going to just share my screen, and then you'll be able to see the slides I've put together, which I hope will just give you a better overview of why we're so delighted that you're here with us today, taking part in this program, and really why the industry needs you. So, Elias, if you can give me a quick thumbs up if that's showing okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Can you see this? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so let's just move along then and think about women in the workforce in the investment management industry. What we've done here is we've taken a combination of what the female labour force looks like in all our key markets, and you can see Brazil highlighted there. And we've also got some data that we shared and worked on with LinkedIn in terms of what we know about the investment industry at its widest point, as widest definitions. And then we've taken what we know, the number of female members we have of CFA Institute in each of these markets. And really what that says is we just do not have nearly enough. So while women are very properly, a very much wider, larger proportion of the workforce in general than they were in decades past, they're still really lagging in the investment industry. And what the CFA numbers tell you is that this tends to be the folks that are actually working in investment. So essentially, this is highlighting that why we want to get folks like you into this industry, why we think it's so important, because there aren't nearly enough women, and women are half of any population and therefore need to be served. They need to be represented in the industry. They can contribute to the industry. And I'll also come on to say a bit more as to why we think that matters for the industry as well as for wider society, because ultimately at CFA Institute, and indeed with the societies, we have this mission to work for the ultimate benefit of wider society. And then if we think about the history, I mentioned that the numbers of women in the workforce in general has obviously vastly increased over the last 50 years. But if you looked at the last 20 years in the investment management industry on a global scale, you can really see precious little progress. And that means that women haven't been progressing through to those sort of key investment roles. And this is Morningstar data. I did a presentation with them a couple of months back, and this was some quite interesting data that they shared that I thought was additive to what we can produce. However, looking at, say, the work that we've done, when we look at the gap, you can see it's pretty wide across all roles. And there is one really interesting thing, I guess, about the investment industry is it offers many different types of roles for people who have investment expertise, multiple different ways of developing your career. But typically what we're seeing is women are really underrepresented. So we have a gender gap there. And then when we think also about the ways in which women get involved in this industry, there's a real difference between the way men and women actually report their skill set. And again, we worked with LinkedIn to extract this data, as well as from our own member data bank. And I think what this says is that typically, for reasons that have to do far more with the way the industry is structured than women themselves, what we see is that they have tended to go into more support roles, perhaps, rather than the harder edged and often more remunerative and intellectually indeed more exciting roles that where men have typically dominated. So this is something that we're very keen to change. However, when we look at Asian markets, what we see is it's very evident that where cultural assumptions are different, where essentially, particularly if we highlight China, where women see this in the investment industry as one that's very much for them, they actually get involved, they succeed, and they are really starting to increase their presence. So that says to us that this is not a gender problem, it's an industry problem. Now, why, you might ask, does this matter to the investment industry? Because ultimately this is a business, it's about generating profits, return on investment, return on capital. So why does all of this sort of thing matter to the industry, and why is CFA Institute putting such an emphasis, working with CFA societies around the world on tackling this issue? And essentially this has to do with the level of challenge we see for the industry. We're at something of an inflection point. There are some huge, really fundamental changes in the industry. Just to give you a quick insight, I actually joined as a research analyst in 1986. And I would say for a number of decades, the industry wasn't really changing that much. You could see some very similar trends, very similar structural aspects of the industry for quite a prolonged time. But now what we're seeing is challenges across multiple different fronts. And all of these things are really high on the list of leaders' list of worries, I guess. So when I go and present to sort of C-suite executives, typically, these are the kinds of things that are of concern to them. And diversity, equity, inclusion is often in one of the top three. And there's a good reason for that, really, because what they recognize increasingly, and we absolutely think and find from our research, is that where there is greater diversity, equity, and inclusion, and particularly where we have greater gender diversity, then organizations both can recruit and retain talent better, but also then they can go on to really drive innovation and creativity to really address some of those challenges that the industry is seeing. It's very important, organizationally speaking, in terms of trust and resilience. And when you get into the weeds of how complex decision making and analysis is formed, then what we know is that collective intelligence is very powerful, that actually having people with different perspectives, experiences, different identities really makes a huge difference to the quality of that work. And that's something that the industry really needs. We also, as I mentioned earlier, and I think came through in what Gustavo had to say, is that we're here ultimately to serve wider society. And so in order to do that, we have to understand that the clients that ultimately are at the receiving end of the work we do, we have to be able to deliver on their value to their values. And when we think about values, then we need to think about the real huge upsurge in ESG and sustainable investing. And that's pretty critical because you know, the growth in measured in trillions, it has just, I think we're now looking at something around 57 trillion with some sort of association for sustainability and ESG. And if we don't actually fully recognize and serve the folks that want that work done, if we aren't able to develop the investment products that they need, then you know that is really bad news for the industry long term. So what we see is, you know, a really major movement of the industry to get it into greater diversity, equity, and inclusion, both to solve problems because it's the right thing to be doing, and let's not pull back from saying there's a moral imperative here, and make the economic case as well, because this helps to spread wealth through economies and provide more opportunities. So ultimately, there are many ways of thinking about this as a societal good. And one of the things that we know about from our research, and this is from multiple surveys that we've taken with universities and with those who've most recently graduated from university, is that men and women tend to make their career decisions at slightly different times. And this is global data. So what you'll see there is that in that sort of 18 to 21 cohort, that's really when young women tend to make the majority of their decisions about what they're going to do with their lives, what kind of career they want. And so there's an element of seeing women sort of self-deselect from the industry. They sort of look at it and go, this isn't for me. It's very male dominated. It doesn't appeal to me. Maybe there's something about the culture that they find unattractive. So what we want to be able to do is to reflect back to folks like you, really the opportunities that exist, why the industry is really very keen to recruit more young women, and also that there are many different ways of having a career in this industry. It's not as simple as there is one kind of role, there are multiple roles, whether you think about the development of ESG, the application of AI, or indeed, you know, there are lots of different ways of developing a career, whether it's risk or compliance, but ultimately this is a career with many subsets within it, and the opportunity also to move as your career progresses from one area to another, and as indeed from one organization to another. So many opportunities, and I'm very excited to think that you're starting out in this journey, and that all of this awaits you, but absolutely to signal to you, this is an industry which needs your participation, that we at CFA Institute and CFA Society Brazil very much welcome you joining the CFA community in future. And at this point, I'd like to say I'm very open to any questions you may have. If any of you want to get in touch with me afterwards, I've got my contact details up here and we can share the slides with you as well. So at this point, I'm very happy to take any questions that you have either about any details within the slides, or indeed, the kinds of career that I've had, or yeah, open to anything. So this is an ask me anything kind of moment, I guess. I'm going to stop sharing my slides so I can see some more faces. Okay, does anybody want to jump in with a question or two?
Hey, it's me, Bianca, Aberdeen, in São Paulo, Brazil.
Hello.
And is there, because I know CFA in Brazil has this YOUWIN program. Is there a way for me to know if CFA globally is already engaged with my company?
Yes, and yes, we are. I mean, CFA globally has relationships with a huge number of firms. Did you say Aberdeen? I mean, did I hear you? Yes, yes. Then yes, we do. And so, yes, we have relationships with institutions, and sometimes they will be in multiple locations. Sometimes they're sort of at the global head office basis. So broad answer is yes. And I'm happy to pick that up with you offline if that will be helpful.
Yes, it really helped, because we as an industry, we wanted to be part of the program. And I didn't find the channel yet, so that's why I'm here today, to listen to you guys and try to find a contact point.
Okay, well, very, very happy to provide that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your interest, Bianca. Laís Pérez, who is our project manager here for the program locally, can also be in contact with you for the specific program in Brazil. Is there any further question for Sarah?
Hello, my name is Catarina from São José dos Campos, Brazil. And just out of curiosity, I want to ask, what was your first job? It was on the financial area, or?
It was indeed. Yes, thank you for your question. So my first job was as a research analyst. I was working with an insurance company, and I basically started off looking at public markets, equities, and certain sectors, and I knew very, very little. I did not have the kind of grounding you're getting in this program. So for me, it was all, markets were not part of my life growing up. I didn't have family who invested or had any investments because we didn't have that kind of money. So I just had to learn on the job from the ground up. I did then take what in the UK was the sort of precursor to the CFA. So hence, that's why I have the ACIP, which was 6 exams that I did in the first few years of my job. But I think that I didn't have the industry overview, which is really why I started out with that today. So then from there, I went to work for another asset manager. And I then worked for an asset owner, ended up as an investment director, running a team of analysts. So from a bumpy start, it really was proved to be a very exciting, very fulfilling, very stimulating career. And essentially, one way or another, I've been associated with investment really ever since. My most recent role was of head of stewardship for a global equities boutique. So I think perhaps that shows that careers can evolve in all sorts of really interesting ways. And perhaps what I would urge upon all of you is to think about that and maybe be better than I was at the beginning in thinking and managing and planning that. So I hope this course will really help with that perspective.
Thank you.
I guess if we don't have any more questions, I should really hand back and we can carry on with the launch event. And I'm looking forward to hearing from everybody else. So thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing it with us. this research and all the informations. Very inspiring, and thank you very much for you and all the CFA Institute for all your support in this project. It wouldn't be possible to launch the program here without all your support. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'd like to warm welcome everyone here again. I am Marcia Salles, board member and vice president of CFA Society Brazil, and one of the leaders of the Young Women Investment in Brazil, and very happy and proud of the launching of the second edition, right? And I'd like to start also, thank you, and congratulating a lot all the young women that are with us here today, the participants of the program. Be proud of your achievement, right? It's just the beginning, but be proud of being here. You were part of a very long recruiting process with more than 160 enrolled candidates. So congratulations. And the program is the second edition of a real inclusion program of diversity here in Brazil, based on the 3 pillars: knowledge, with all this course with more than 120 hours of contact, not only with all the classes themselves, but also with keynote speakers and the classes with local CFA charter holders, very recognized in their careers, to have the local flavor of the market. So we intend to provide more knowledge of the market for you, young women in the program, with all this content. The second pillar is the mentoring. So we have CFA charter holders, member of Brazil Society, who is going to be with you, not only during the course itself, the program, but during your first contact with your employer, and why not during all your journey, all your career. So it's a part of we care, and we are very happy to provide you this mentoring program and this share of experience with the mentors. And the third pillar, last but not least, is the networking among the participants themselves, among the participants and the teachers, the mentors, and all the speakers. Do take care of networking. It's very important in our industry, in every career that we intend to follow, right? And I also would like to share some program numbers to everybody here understand how deep and how large we intend to be with this program. So as I had already shared with you, we had more than 1,600 candidates for the program. We have 27 partners and supporters, 5 of which are our employer partners in Rio, which is new in this program. In the first edition, we have employers just in the city of São Paulo. We now have some employers in Rio de Janeiro. It's another very important financial hub in Brazil, in Brazilian market. I would like to share with you the name of our providers: Future Learnings, Across, and Ana Paula Azevedo Coaching. I'd like us to share that more than 50 CFA Society members are volunteers in this program, including some of the teachers, the speakers, and board members, including my colleagues, Ruth Walter and Faiga Delben. I also would like to include here our president, Gustavo Moreira, who launched this launching event, speaking in the beginning, just in the beginning. Our former president, Felipe Nogueira, our PCR and former president, Mauro Miranda, and also Sonia Villa-Lobos, former board member and a very inspiring leader, the first person to be a CFA charter holder in Latin America. And last but not least, I would like to share with you the name of our staff involved in this program. Everton, our executive director, our designer Luana, and our tireless project manager Lais. I'd like to thank you all of you. It would be impossible without all your support. I'd like also to share some words again to the young women here. I truly believe that education is a door that opens many, many others. And education is just one of the pillars of this program with all this content that we intend to provide you. Education together with the other two pillars were crucial in my career. So pay attention and enjoy the program. Enjoy all the meetings, all the contact with your colleagues here. And this program is just the open door. So enjoy your journey, right? Enjoy your journey, keep in contact with our colleagues here. It's very important to keep sharing this experience. I'd really like to have had this great experience in the beginning of my career, which started many, many years ago, almost the age of the young women that are here. And when I started, I was so full of energy and started and working a lot, that some of the obstacles or maybe the challenge that I faced, just many years after, when I look back, I just realized that maybe some of these challenges could have had a little bit bigger than it would be considering the gender, right? So when I realized that, I started to get more and more involved with the diversity initiatives and discussion, including the discussion of the launching of this program here. And for me, it sounds like music in my ears, with more and more market participants involved in the discussion and the interested in supporting us in this program, right? And also looking at my career, another thing that I'd like to mention to the young women is that my career was very diverse. I started in the credit business, and then I moved to the international treasury desk when Brazil had a huge debt offshore and launching a lot of bonds to fund the external debt. And after that, I moved to equities in the buy side, and now I have a career in the sell side since 2007. And every single experience that I had in different areas were very important in my journey. So enjoy again, I say enjoy again the journey, your experience, no matter what your first employer is, no matter what area you are concentrated now. All the experience that you're going to have is going to help you in your career, right? As Gustavo and Sarah mentioned, I'm also open here for questions and for sharing with you some feedbacks and also some career advice later. And I also would like here to say that we care a lot about diversity and diversity as a whole. We started planning this initiative back in 2018. And in 2019, it becomes a reality. And the first edition was supposed to happen with presential classes on July 2020. The pandemic was a challenge not only for us to redesign the program for our online format, but also the pandemic blessed me and my family with a baby girl, which is now 10 months old. So in the beginning, I was very committed with the program, in a way to give back the market, our other participants, the society, what a lot of people in my journey helped me, my mentors, my former bosses. And now I have another very important and special thing to help to fight and to be involved and committed with it. So I truly believe and expect that when my baby girl Julia start to look at her profession, and when Julia joined the market, this type of program would not be necessary anymore, right? I truly believe that diversity is going to be a reality, and she could join any career that she wants. And I count on you, every young woman that are here, to keep fighting for it, our supporters, to keep this discussion alive, right? And to share with you about the success of the first edition, nothing better than having here our special guest, who was one of the young women that were here with us last year, and is now working not only as a trainee anymore. So I'm more than happy to invite Leticia to share with us her experience with the program and with the beginning of her financial market path.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Marcia. As Marcia told, my name is Leticia Pinafi. I've participated in the first edition of YOUWIN in January 2021. And I will quickly tell you about my experience and a little bit about myself. I do production engineering at UFSCar in São Carlos. And during most of my graduation, I have worked in a research lab, acting as a consultant. And today I work at Itaú BBA in the credit area. And I joined Itaú through the YOUWIN program. Before that, I didn't think about working in the financial market. I had a certain fear of entering this area that I was not so familiar with, and because of the stigma that I was not good enough. And when I learned about the program, I was very interested because I saw an opportunity to better prepare myself through the course which is available. And I believe that little of my fear of entering the financial market was because I didn't have many references and examples of women who worked in this area. And I see how relevant is the issue of representation. Often, if we don't see ourselves in that position, in that job, in that company, you don't try to occupy it. You don't try to run for it. And I understand that the main contribution of the program for me was to give me the confidence that I can work in any area, financial, investment, capital, and in that everything is possible to be learned. Much of this was provided by the professors chosen to teach the course that often encourage us to ask questions and not to be afraid of not knowing something. Also by the mentoring provided by the program with a CFA chart holder that we had regular conversations with throughout my internship. And besides the technical knowledge that the course offers, do not miss the lectures provided by the various guests chosen by CFA. It is rich to know the trajectory of other people and to understand that they all faced obstacles too. As well, it is an opportunity to network with people from different companies and positions and to work at your soft skills, a subject that has been gaining more and more visibility. After all, the companies are transforming their work models to be more collaborative, using agile methodologies. And for that, having synergy with people is essential. And talking about my internship itself, I have worked for 10 months at Itaú BBA as an intern and in the guarantee policies squad. And I started super apprehensive. After all, it was my first job in a new area And I confess that in the first 2 months, I wondered if I was going to handle it. On the other hand, I was very welcomed, and I learned a lot from my team and manager. And at first, I even set up a glossary to decorate the terms of the bank, which you see it is almost a new language. And an important point is never to stop asking questions because of shame. Being curious about things is something that seems banal, but makes you grow at a much greater speed. And over time, I gained confidence and become more fluid to work. In parallel, I was in more responsibilities, worked to create a new policy proposal, which I presented in a credit committee. And last month, I was hired as an Intel employee. I could not be happier. And of course, there are those hard days that you think that you won't make it, and that's okay. Important not to give up and ask for help when needed. And also with the program, you will have a new support group that will be yourselves. Since the YOUWIN first edition, us course that participated, we have made a WhatsApp group, and we bring discussions and experience and talk about our lives. And I want to say for you all, congratulations to be here. It is already your merit, so make it worth it. And finally, I want to say that you can count on me and ask questions and talk. And I'm open to hear stories too. After all, we women have to unite ourselves and make the most of it. And I wish you very success and good luck.
Leticia, thank you. Thank you so much. Very inspiring. I am so happy. I'm also very emotional, right? I'm emotional with your speech here because we have been working so hard to make this program happen. And we see an example here of a result. So it's very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience, right? We have a chance to found a YOUWIN alumni group, right? I know that you already are in touch in this WhatsApp, but let's make it a formal group. We are going to talk to you later, right? Because we truly believe that the second edition won't stop the program. We intend to make this a recurring one. So thank you very much. Very inspiring, right? And now I'm heading over to Lais, our project manager. She's going to share important information about the program with you. Lais, thank you very much for your effort and the work making it happen. So now the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Some of you knows me already. It's a pleasure to see all your faces here. It's an immense pleasure to have you all here with us. Again, I'm Lais Perez, YOUWIN Program Project Manager. Thanks CFA Society for the opportunity to run this YOUWIN second edition. The YOUWIN program consists of course plus internship and mentoring. I consider the CFA YOUWIN program a complete one. We have all those three pillars, as Marcia has said. And again, it's an immense pleasure to be here with you all. The YOUWIN program, what I called one, the YOUWIN program one was a success. And now the YOUWIN 2 program arrived to confirm that we are on the right path towards female gender diversity in Brazil. For YOUWIN 2, we had the participation of partners from São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. Our YOUWIN partners and supporters are, and I would like to mention each one: Apex, Arcs, Axon, B3, Citibank, Crescera, Fábula, Giant Steps, X, Itaú, JP Morgan, Julius Baer, Navi, Panambi, Pragma, RBR, Safra, SPX, Right Capital, XP. Those are our 20 partners. And also our 7 supporters that are UBS, Credit Suisse, NEL, Fin4Chi, M Square, Peninsula, Unbox. Again this year, the registration, the tests, and the selection of candidates were performed by a cross-platform. The internship allocation was performed through an online panel with an active employer participation, which was a differentiation from our previous program. Some assumptions were defined in the program, such as graduation year and courses and cultural fit. Fit Learning Platform has been elected to teach the online technical and soft skill classes. We also invite 20 local Brazilian volunteer speakers to enrich the program with their experiences. And finally, 40 CFA chart holders volunteered to act as mentors. Classes will start today, as all you know, at 7 p.m. And I wish you all a great learning. Now, let me introduce you to our program stars. I will call you in alphabetical order. Please present yourself with the open camera, saying your name, state, school, and course. Thank you, and here we go. Okay, the first one I will call, it's Ana Carolina Martins.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Ana Carolina, I'm 20 years. I'm from São Paulo, and I'm currently studying business at Fundação Getúlio Vargas.
Okay. The second lady will be Ana Júlia Roy.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna and it's a pleasure to be here today. I'm 21 years old, I live in São Carlos where I'm enrolled at UFSCar in an industrial engineering major. Thank you very much.
Beatriz Papote Alves.
Hi, my name is Beatriz. I am from São Paulo and I study chemical engineering at USP.
Beatriz Serpa.
Hi everyone, I'm Beatriz. I'm from Brazil and I'm from Brazil in São Paulo, and I study international relations at FGV.
Beatriz Vieira.
Hi everyone, my name is Beatriz Vieira and I'm 22 years old and I'm from Brasilia and I do international relations at IMB Morumbi.
Welcome. Karina Leite.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karina Bidon. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, and I study economics in the Federal University here, UFRJ.
Carolina Machado.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Carolina Machado. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and I study civil engineering at Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. Really nice to meet you all.
Catarina Simon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Catarina. I'm 23 years old, and I'm from São José dos Campos, and I'm studying business and administration in FAP.
Gabriela Prado Moreira. Yeah, I don't think she's in. Probably she missed it. Okay. Gabriele Cavalheiro de Castro.
Hello, everyone. I am Gabriele. Sorry about my speech today. I had to extract a tip this morning. Well, I am from Paraná,
and I am studying industrial engineering at Escola Politécnica of University of São Paulo.
Giovanna Espínola.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you all. I'm Giovanna and I study business administration at Martinez University and I live in São Paulo.
Raíssa Hara.
Hi everyone, I'm Raíssa. I study business at USP and I live in São Paulo.
Heloísa Souza.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. My name is Heloísa, I'm 21 years old. I study business administration at Fundação Getúlio Vargas and I live in São Paulo.
Juana Maria Souza Fabri.
It's Joanna, sorry.
Joanna.
I am 20 years old. I was born in Rondônia, but I live in São Paulo. I study at IFSP and I do production engineer course.
Júlia Azeredo.
Hello, everybody. My name is Júlia Azeredo. I'm 23 years old. I live in Rio and I study production engineering at PUC-Rio. I'm very excited about the course and to get to know you all. Thank you.
Júlia Lourenço.
Hello, my name is Julia, and I'm a 22-year-old student of economics at the Federal University of ABC in São Paulo State. Nice to meet you all.
Welcome. Radija Floripes.
Hi, my name is Radija Floripes. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here today, and I'm 19 years old. I lived in São Paulo, Brazil, and I study international relations and at São Judas University.
Welcome. Larissa Garcia.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Larissa Gonçalves. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Campo Grande in the state of Mato Grosso do Sul. Today I study production engineering at UFSCar, São Carlos, which is the city where I live today, and I'm really happy to be here.
Laura Antunes da Rocha.
Hi everyone, my name is Laura. I'm 23 years old. I'm from Araçoiaba da Serra, a little city in the interior of São Paulo. And I'm in the 6th semester of economics at the Federal University of São Carlos. And I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Lavínia de Lazari.
Hello, everyone. I am Lavínia de Lazari. I am 23 years old, and I do production engineering at UFSCar. And I live in São Carlos, where I do my course. And also my colleagues said about, it's an honor to be part of this.
Lívia Mizobato.
Hi girls, I'm so excited and so honored to be here. My name is Lívia, I'm 20 years old and I study accounting at University of São Paulo. It's a pleasure to be here.
Liz Gabriela Mancuso. Okay, next. Lorena de Oliveira Sandoli.
Hello, my name is Lorena. I'm from São Paulo and I'm studying economics in ABC Federal University. I'm excited and glad to participate of the program. Thank you.
Luisa Lara.
Hi, my name is Luisa. I'm 19 years old and I'm from São Paulo and I study production engineering at Instituto Mauá de Tecnologia.
Luisa Auricio.
Hi everyone, my name is Luisa Auricio. I'm 21 years old. I live in São Paulo City. I study materials engineering at the University of São Paulo, and I would like to say thank you to FCA CFA, sorry, and all the partners. It's a great opportunity to be here.
Manuela Ronchetti.
Hi everyone, my name is Manuela Ronchetti. I'm 19 years old and I am from Caxias do Sul in the south of Brazil. I'm now studying business administration at INSPER and I'm so happy to be part of this project. Thank you.
Manuela Vininoski. Não entrou. Ok. Maria Beatriz Lazzarini.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. And my name is Beatriz. I am from São Paulo, and I study business administration at FGV.
Milena Falcão.
Hello, everyone. My name is Milena. I'm 22. I study mechanical engineering at USP. I'm from Recife, but I've lived in São Paulo since 2017. Thank you so much.
Rubia Braga.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rubia Braga Soares Portela. I am 21 years old, and I study economics at USP, Universidade de São Paulo, which is the city where I live. And thank you. I'm very excited with this opportunity.
Vitória Teixeira.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victoria Gomes Teixeira. I live in São Paulo and I study environmental engineer at University of São Paulo. Thank you very much.
Viviane Lobianco.
Hello, my name is Viviane. I'm from São Paulo, and I'm studying Ciências Contábeis at IMB Morumbi. Thank you.
I think we have finished. I understand Liz Gabriela Mancuso had a problem with the audio. Liz, are you there? Go ahead. Yeah. Your audio is not working. It's not working, Liz, no problem. At least we can see your face. Welcome, Liz. No problem at all. Okay. Anything else? I forgot someone.
Excuse me.
Lais, we have a Larissa also.
Oh, great. Larissa, are you there?
Yes, please, Larissa, go ahead.
Hi, guys. My name is Larissa. I'm 21 years old and I'm an economic student at Universidade Federal do Rio de Janeiro. I'm really happy to be here and meet you all.
Thank you. Okay. Did I miss someone else? That's okay, everybody. Again, it's a pleasure to have you all here. Enjoy all the minutes you have together. Enjoy networking. It's a pleasure, again, to be here with you. And now I pass on to Marcia for the closing of this beautiful event. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, partners. Thank you, all the supporters.
Thank you, Lais. Congratulations again to all the young women here. Very happy to see your faces. Unfortunately, due to all these pandemic situations, we could not have our event in person to shake hands, give hugs and all of you, but I feel my warm welcome to all of you. And enjoy the course, enjoy the contact, enjoy the program. I'm pretty sure that we are going to have a pretty good time. And Leticia shared some of her words here about her experience. So I hope your experience is going to be so pleasant as Leticia's was. I'd like to thank again to all the participants in this event, all our supporters, the CFA Institute, the employers, our partners, all the board members involved in the program, and the young women. Do not forget, in this beginning, we are going to have a busy day, right? We have the inaugural class tonight with Mauro Miranda, our PCR. He is a former CFA Society president, and he invited me to lead this discussion and all the planning of this program. So I'm very proud of having him opening this course. So enjoy. And feel free to reach out in case you have further questions, in case you'd like to share your experience with us. Thank you and congratulations. Enjoy your journey.
And Marcia, before we finish, I would like to say that maybe while I was talking, I forgot to say the name of the supporters. Therefore, I'm going to say it again. Our supporters, I said the name of the partners, okay, the internship partners. And we also have some supporters, in case I forgot to say. We have 7 supporters in the program: UBS, Credit Suisse, NEL, Finfarchi, M Square, Peninsula, and Unbox. They are all very important to our program, and we need them all to be here with us. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye for now. I think we can go ahead. Eloisa, any comments? Okay. It's just clap. Okay, everybody, we can finish now. I think.
Thank you, Laís. Bye.
Marcia, we would like to have a picture. Okay, let's open the camera, all of you.
I'd like to have a picture with all the young women faces here. Yes.
Yeah, yes, this is going to be great. Okay, Luana, Everton, it is your turn. Smile. Okay, everybody.
Thank you.
And young women, don't hesitate to share your experience in your network, in your LinkedIn and your Instagram with your colleagues. As we keep talking about diversity happens quickly, right? Quicker.
Yes.
So let's share your experience. It's very important.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Thank you.